Hey there and welcome to our channel where we lovingly handcraft rhyming picture books and sing-along nursery rhymes for kids. Hit the subscribe button to join our family and never miss an exciting new release. You can also check out our website. Today's story is Lula and the Whispering Moon. This is a gentle fairy tale about kindness and helping others. It's perfect for bedtime or story time. Let's begin. In a quiet little village where stars sparkled like sugar lived a kind girl named Lula. She had curly hair like cotton clouds and a giggle that made the flowers dance. Every full moon, when the world grew still, Lula would stand by her windowsill and wave to the smiling moon above. One night as Lula was waving to the moon whispered to her. "Lula, Lula," said the moon, glowing soft and golden. "The forest dreams have been lost. Can you help find them?" Lula's eyes grew wide, but she wasn't scared. "I'll find your dreams," she said with a nod. So she packed a small bag, just as she'd been taught, with a piece of bread, her red ribbon, and her favorite bell. Then she put on her cloak and her boots so red and tiptoed out of her house. Outside, the world was dark, but the moon shone bright, lighting Lula's way with its magical light. She walked past sleeping dogs and a family of mice until she came to the midnight forest. The branches inside were tall and old, and the leaves whispered sleepy songs. So Lula took a deep breath, rang her little bell, and walked on through the trees. She walked and she walked until she heard a small sigh. Under a bush sat a tiny fox with tearful eyes. "What's wrong?" asked Lula, soft and low. "I've lost my dreams," the fox replied with a frown. "I don't know how to dream anymore." "And without dreams, my heart feels sore," Lula thought for a moment. Then she took off her red ribbon, which sparkled like a dream. "Here," she said, tying it to the fox's tail. "Dream sweet dreams with this flowing trail." The fox took the ribbon and wrapped it around his paws. Then he closed his eyes and with a happy sigh, began to dream beneath the trees. Lula smiled, but then she heard a voice say, "Excuse me, please." She turned and saw a snail with a sad little face. "I want to get home," the snail said with a frown. "But I've lost the path to Dream Hill. Can you help me find it?" "Of course," said Lula kindly, and gently lifted the snail onto her shoulder. Then she continued on her way, deeper into the wood, until they heard a sound, hoo, hoo, hoo. High up in a tree sat a sleepy owl, with feathers white as snow. "What's wrong?" asked Lula once more. "I'm lost in this midnight wood," the owl replied. "I was flying to Dream Hill, but now I don't know where to go." "Can you help me, little one? My wings are tired." "I need to rest, of course," said Lula kindly, and she looked around for a moment. "Why don't you lend me your feathers? I'll follow the map drawn on your breast." The owl agreed and unfurled his wing. On it, a map of the woods, with stars and swirls and lines, showed exactly where the dreams had strayed. Lula thanked the owl and started to climb Dream Hill, with the snail trailing behind her. At the top of the hill, in a clearing bright, stood a sparkling fountain bathed in moonlight. All around were gathered the lost dreams of the wood, kept safe in crystal bubbles, waiting to be understood. They floated past Lula, shimmering and free, and tugged at her heart with their joyful glee. Lula knew she had to help them return, so she stood up tall and began to gently turn. She sang a lullaby both soft and low, and the bubbles began to float and grow. Higher and higher they sailed into the sky, becoming stars that twinkled way up high. The moon smiled wide and whispered to Lula, "Thank you, dream helper." Now the forest sleeps, dreaming adventures that only hearts can keep. Lula felt a warmth spread through her chest. Helping the moon and the animals had been the best. She waved goodbye to the twinkling stars and skipped down the hill, feeling happy and free. Lula helped the owl fly home with his map and guiding light. She gave the fox some berries sweet to eat and helped the snail leave the wood. And when they all had found their way, Lula knew it was time to go home. She took one last look at the sleeping wood and ran through the trees as fast as she could. When she got home, the sun was just beginning to rise, painting the sky with hues of gold and rose. Lula crept into her bed, her heart filled with glee, and waited for the morning light to pour through her window pane. When her mama woke her for breakfast, Lula only smiled and said, "I had a dream, just a dream, and I helped the moon." Mama hugged her tight and whispered in her ear, "Whatever you do, my darling, do it with love and cheer." For dreams are spun from kindness and magic and love, and only those who help others can find them above. Lula pondered these words as she ate her toast, for she knew in her heart they weren't just words, but a lesson for life. A reminder to be kind, to help those in need, and to always lend a hand to those who might bleed. And so, as the years went by, Lula grew up with a heart of gold, always ready to help someone in need, young and old. For she knew that helping others was the greatest joy, bringing happiness not only to them, but to her, girl, and the Whispering Moon. We hope you enjoyed listening to Lula and the Whispering Moon as much as we enjoyed making it for you. We believe that childhood is a magical time filled with wonder, joy, and endless possibilities. Our stories are crafted to ignite the imagination and creativity of children while imparting valuable life lessons through enchanting tales. If you haven't already, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. We release new stories every week, and don't forget to visit our website. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.